Hockey with an Accent is presented by Molson. Oh, what a win. The game is over right now. We always go ahead with the podcast when it's a game against Tampa Bay because there's going to be 20 fights in the last 3 seconds because they are frustrated right now. Big night. Detroit loss. Ottawa loss. Islanders loss. Boston win. Carolina won against Columbus, or is winning right now, so the Canadiens are not guaranteed to be in the playoffs, but 99% sure right now. I'm with Sergio, Dandy, and Pascal. What a game!
Yeah! Get it!
Look what I have. I have some sunglasses for you, my friend.
Oh, wow.
You might be going to Tampa.
Oh!
Hey!
I like the odds.
Hey, say it again.
You might be
Where
going
am I going?
Tampa.
Yeah! That's way better than
FLA.
Hopefully, guys, we saw the end of the game. Finally, Caufield was on the ice for the empty netter. Doesn't get the goal in the 3-on-1, but that's okay. You know why? Because we're going to start with our hot take of the night, presented by Molson tonight. Molson, the official beer of the Montreal Canadiens. Proud partner and fan, everyone in. You know, the hockey world is a small world, and we talk about the situation with Caufield, St. Louis. Why is he not on the ice 5 against 6? So I'm hearing that they had a discussion, and Cole Caufield asked Marty St. Louis to play the guys that are there to close out the games, and that basically he wants to score 50 goals clean. That was a discussion between the coach and Caufield, so that explains a lot about how good of a teammate he is. And, you know, we never know. With goal scorers and superstars, they're always a little weird. He wants a clean 50 goals. This is what was said, and I think at the end, when there's 1 or 2 games left, if he's at 48, 49, they might change the strategy, but this is what I'm hearing.
It could. Do you really think Cole Caufield knocks on the door and says, I want a clean 50? Or the coach approaches him, what do you feel? Do you feel like you're going to play in the last 2 minutes? No, it's a team game. He's a team guy. We all would say the same thing. The 2 points are the most important thing. I don't think it's, I think he was asked. He didn't knock on the door and say, I want a clean 50, because I would take a sloppy 60 any day.
But I think on the panel, Dandy didn't understand. This is what I'm hearing, Dandy.
But that's the thing. No, but if any coaching, like, they come up to you, of course you're going to say that. It's like the most important thing. I'm a team guy. We want to win. Whatever you feel will let us win the most, but I don't think it's him going and say, I just want a clean 50. I don't know.
Well, if you look at the situation at the end, though, Suzuki, which is a great teammate, captain, he didn't look for a pass. That explains a lot. Yeah, but for me, that's...
Yeah, he put it in the net right away.
For me, it's clear. Caufield wants a clean 50.
Right. He didn't even look.
Are we making T-shirts again? Clean 50.
Well, fair enough. If that's their decision, I don't understand why, scoring goals in empty net, they have become not clean.
Yeah.
Players been scoring goals like in empty nets for 100 years. Like it's a new thing. I mean,
Brett Hall,
Gretzky, Washington. Is it because
Brett Hall said I should have scored more goals in the empty net? I regret it.
Is it because some super stats guy came in and started cutting numbers? Says, oh, this guy hasn't scored 50, but he's got 6 empty netters. I don't care. If he's scared, he could have scored 25 empty netters. It's still 50 or 60 goal. It's still records for goal scoring. I mean, fair enough if that's their decision, but to me, if I was a player, I would go for it every time, and I would be mad if I.
You love to stir the pot, eh?
That's what I'm talking about me.
I know. That's why I love it. I love it. I've gotten to know you now, and it's interesting. You like to stir it a bit. Love it.
No, but it's all for fun. It's all for fun.
I know.
If that's the way he wants to do it, that's the way he wants to do it.
Like
Fair
if
enough.
I was on the ice at the end of the game, that's a good sign because the coach trusts you. If it was a 1-goal lead, they would crucify you if you try to go for the net and you miss it, because then the icing would come back, and that was just a different
Tell the St. Louis
different
story.
time. Exactly. This is where I'm going.
Is it already Sergio's?
No, not yet.
No,
Not
yeah.
a story, but I won't name names, but Richie Sutter, who was the brother of Brian, was on our team, and every time that we had a lead, we knew Richie was going on the ice at the end of the game, and I think he had 14 goals that year, or 13 goals, and 9 were in the empty net. So I think that kind of left, that was kind of like a side joke that we were kind of left with a bad taste. You know, like I'm trying to score 20 off the 6th rebound, whatever, and and the guy's got 9 empty netters. Yeah, I'm glad we won, but sometimes I wish somebody else scored that goal.
Yeah, true.
But I get this whole thing here, but that's
I think we got all
story.
excited too when he was on the ice.
Yes,
Yes.
we wanted it. We wanted it.
The hot take of the night was presented by Molson. Now let's talk about the real business. I read the chat here. People are saying like our team looked tough tonight. We talk a lot about the toughness, and we were challenged at times. And I felt like we showed up, Sergio. Like the guys were there.
You're right. I kind of made a note. It was team toughness. Everyone got in there and supported each other. And the way the game was going, the Canadians, obviously Dobes was stellar again.
Yep.
And they were getting frustrated. Tampa was getting frustrated. And we know that this team, they like to stir the pot a bit. They have those type of players. And Max, you were one of those guys. You see things aren't going well. You want to change the momentum for your team. You want to get something going. Maybe someone's going to take a bad penalty. Like even Braden Point was in there, and Gensel was in there, but Jack Guy was there. Anderson was there. Goulet. I did it this time. Sorry, Dandy, but he was in there too, and they were just pushing the guys around, and it was great.
One for all for one.
All for one. That's
yeah.
right. So right. I said when you look at the whole game as a whole, they played fairly well in the neutral zone. It wasn't just coming in one after another. They had to kill off some penalties, and they did a great job doing that against a very good, skilled team. So overall, I think it's the best game on this road trip, to be honest, as a whole, as a team. So far on the 3 wins on this road trip.
Dandy, we talk about it like one of the first brawls of the game. It was Anderson on the ice, Jack-Eye, Goulet. Like I feel good when Anderson and Jack-Eye are in the lineup at the same time.
Absolutely. You got a heavyweight and you got a middleweight, which we all teams should have in the NHL. But the Montreal Canadiens have two decent guys, and I feel it's very important as the team toughness. Like everybody's a couple inches bigger, a couple pounds heavier type of thing, and if it was a playoff type of game.
Yes.
I think both teams were sizing each other up because it might be a first round matchup for Max to go to Tampa, and but it was
all
interesting
rooting for
to
you,
see.
Max.
Yeah, we all are. And,
you look so good when you're tan, Max.
Yes.
Send us photos.
Yeah.
But what I did find is that the Canadians now are more focused about playing good team defense because they know eventually they'll get the breaks to go offensively. And, Caufield had some great looks again tonight. Like, no matter what, like he had some good shots, point blank. And Vasilevsky made some good saves too. But I think, they really incorporated the team defense aspect because that's the playoff type of game that they have to play if they want to succeed in the playoffs.
Yeah, and when you're talking about team toughness, I like that they played it smart. They knew that Tampa Bay was going to come in and try to bother them after every whistle or towards the end of the game, and they didn't get in penalty trouble because of that. At some point, both teams had 4 minutes on each side for roughing. I never saw that in a scrum, 4 minutes each guy. That's usually 2 minutes.
Weird.
But that was that kind of a night for the refs. But that's what I like for a young team that hasn't been challenged that much in that kind of environment. I think they responded really well. Like no second stupid penalty to give another power play to Tampa Bay. And talking about the PK, like they were solid tonight. They went 4-for-4 on the PK.
Villano makes a difference, guys.
And you know what?
On the PK.
That made the difference. Like Montreal got their goal on the power play by Slaf. They kill all penalties, and pretty much that's a 2-1 game. You get the empty netter at the end, and I think they scored a 4th one. Is that
you know what?
Yeah, but
Joe Villano played 4 minutes 13 seconds on the PK tonight.
Yeah.
But he's good because he's quick.
Yeah.
Like he gets there, like he cuts the lane quicker. He's able to put a bit more pressure. So I like the way he plays and when he kills penalties. But bottom line, I thought that was a smart win. That was a gutsy win by the guys. They knew what, and it was a good challenge. And Tampa Bay takes them seriously because they didn't try to do the run and gun. They were patient. They put a lot of pressure. Like they try to put pucks behind the Montreal's net. That's where I think they had most trouble maybe tonight. Like when the
hooking down low.
Yeah,
and
a little bit,
up.
especially in the first period. But after that, they adjust. And so no, that's a big. It's a good message to the league that they're really serious.
It's tough to play that game, Sergio. You played it as well. The fine line between playing tough and trying to agitate a little bit, but being focused in the structure and play the right way. And like Pascal said tonight, they were physical, but they got out of it when it was time to get out of the scrums and focus on power plays or on playing the right way.
And you know, everyone mentioned it. It was like a playoff game. And I like the fact that for Montreal, I was kind of commenting that at the beginning, you know, there was a lot of penalties at the beginning, so there wasn't much of a flow. And for a road team, that's perfect. That's what you want. You don't want the crowd into it too much. And I thought that they did a good job keeping them out of it. They didn't have like 4 or 5 shifts in a row where they were dominating or anything like that. They had a shift or two here and there, let's say Tampa, but they cut it quick. And I thought. They also played smarter in the sense of when they had it, you know, along the boards. They made good decisions, chipping it off the glass and just getting it, you know, out of the zone sometimes. And yeah, there's going to be shifts where you're caught when it didn't get out. You're caught a little bit long, but it didn't happen as much as it did in Carolina. And so, you know, you learn from the game before. I really thought that we talked about it the game before after Carolina. You know, they fly down there the night after the game. You don't get in too late because it was a 5 o'clock game. They have a full day off, and it showed. There was a difference between that game and the one when they had to play the back-to-back and they traveled, and they looked tired where they didn't look tired tonight.
Everybody was in for curfew last night. That's good. It's a serious team that wants to do well. So the group, straight A students.
I think the new generation, they're always there.
Oh,
for
I know they are. They never leave. They never leave the room now. Room service all the time.
I remember one year we had veterans. They went to see the coaching staff. They knew there was a curfew, but they said, can we go a little higher, like 1 more hour instead of like midnight instead of 11? Like they were negotiating for an extra hour.
Yeah, let's go crazy. Yeah.
But tonight I felt as well like the guys were supporting each other all over the ice. Like I feel like sometimes the Canadians, when they're not playing as well, they're not connected on the ice. They weren't disconnected.
They were tighter. They were
tighter.
Yeah,
like when there was a mistake, you wouldn't notice it as much because there was a guy right away to cover it. Like guys were skating, they were moving their feet. And then you were a defenseman and a forward, so you know both feelings. When the forwards are not skating to give yourself an out or an option, like it's tough to play D. Tonight, the forwards, they were working hard to give themselves as an option.
Absolutely. I think it was a measuring stick type of game, so everybody was really into it, the playoff type of game, and you do need that support. And it's so helpful. Like if I'm going back as a defenseman, but I see my forward back checking and angling off the forward on the other side, it makes my job so much easier. So I know I have the back support. I know my partner is going to be there ready, always on an angle, always to give me an out, like I can make an actual straight pass or just bump it behind the net and it goes on the other side. So I thought most of the game, the guys were involved. They knew what their assignment were. And they were able to give that guy an out, so it makes an easier pass and an easier outlet for anybody that plays D for sure, and we saw it tonight.
I like the way Marty managed the game as a coach too. Like the first 2 minutes, it took like 30 seconds. The Suzuki line was back on the ice. Like I felt like they were on a mission. Like sometimes I feel like they're just rolling, but Marty, the last 10 games, he's been coaching.
Yeah, no.
Like when you play good, you're on the ice. He went to yell at Newhook and his line in Detroit. Like he's coaching right now, and I feel like this is gonna make a big difference, like towards the end of the season and in the playoffs, because it was a rebuild, and I felt like sometimes it was just like giving candies to everyone, but there's no more candies, right?
No, I think I agree with you. I think the players respond to that. I mean, when your coach start like coaching him, I mean, he's been coaching all the time, but like he's switched to a bit more like a result instead of just kind of go through the flow, and hopefully we're getting better as a group and we have our standards. Now they're really in there to win, and then the group has been responding too. Like they make big plays at big time, and they're going to beat like big teams like
on the road.
The road. Like that 6th win in a row, you're beating Carolina in their place. That's a tough barn
3
to
on
go
the road.
in. Like Tampa Bay is a tough barn to go into, and I find like they're really managing the game well. And the way that like at some time is that's the coach that puts the right guys on the ice at the right time. So that's a good point that we've been managing the game really well. Face-off dots too tonight been good. Like we're at like 54%. So when you got cut a little bit in your zone, that kind of killed the buzz a bit. You start with a win in your own zone. That kind of like gives you a break as well. And you're talking about like connecting. Like I found like in the second period, like we tried a few times we got caught trying to get the puck through the middle. Like a few turnovers at the blue line at the top of the RVD zone. But the guys were well positioned to kind of, wasn't layers because they're not playing that way, but they were close to help, which was good too.
You're right. Let's talk about the way the game started. A big goal by Slaf on the power play. Obviously, if your power play is working well with this team that is not known to be the most physical, you're going to win more games than you lose. Let's talk about his shot. Like this guy.
You have an inside track on that.
Yeah, he changed his flex on his stick.
Ooh!
I just don't know if he went down or higher, but I remember him missing a lot of shots his first 2 years in the league. You remember, guys? He was like whiffing on it. Is that how we call it? Like but now he's hitting the net every single time. It's powerful.
So he was whiffing, but he was missing the net more. You found?
I felt like
so if it's too much whip, or
I felt like he was shooting with a broken stick.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like he was bending too much. My personal feeling is if he's got a bigger, less of a flex on his stick. So let's say he was at 87, probably went to 95, right? Because he's a pretty heavy guy. But now he's shooting the puck. Like he's a real threat, like on the one-timer side.
Yeah, and he scored some rockets this year. You're right.
Yeah.
He's definitely shooting
Some
it
big
more
shots.
than just passing.
Yeah,
But he was passing as well too today. He
He's
did
a good
it all
passer.
today.
Let's talk about his game. Like to me, like that was a game built for him. It's a playoff type of game. He showed up tonight, guys.
He was a power forward, no question. Using his body, moving his legs, and shooting on that 5-on-3. They capitalized when you had to, because when you play a good team, how many power plays you're going to get. Today there was quite a few, I guess. There was a lot of calls, but so defensively they did the job. Like we mentioned, special teams, so they did it on both sides. They scored power play goal, and it defended well against a really good power play. And when they did get their chances, Dobes was there. All in all, they checked all the boxes tonight. But Slafkovsky was, I mean, his goal was great, but his pass on Caufield's goal was even better.
I love when he skates wide with the puck like this.
I'm excited.
Ooh. I'm so excited.
What's with all the singing now?
I'm very.
Everyone's happy. Everyone's happy.
We wanted to.
6 wins in a row. Like
Come on.
Gotta sing.
You're supposed to sing too. 6 wins in a
on.
row, man.
I'm happy in a different way.
But I'm very excited because I am looking forward to seeing this guy in the playoff. I think he'll be the best forward for the Canadiens in the playoff. We saw in the Olympics what he can do. Like, if the pressure's on, he shows up. And you saw him engaged tonight. Like, you saw him on the bench, like, giving some big high fives at the end when they scored. Like, he's into it. To him, that was a playoff game, and he showed up. And I feel he's going to show up in the playoff. He's a big-time player, and he's using his size, and he's got that shot, and the flex is higher or lower. It's just better now, so I'm excited to see. Va bene?
Va bene.
Va bene.
Va bene.
Una grande giocatore.
The Italian word of the day by Mathieu Dandenault.
We're gonna teach.
Help me.
On this podcast,
Help me.
we're gonna sing. We're gonna teach you Italian. We're gonna show you something later on today. We got it all here. Yeah. But there's a few things that are impressive with Slaf. First of all, you're right, Sergio. Like when he's skating wide like this, and he's like his pass to Caufield was Slafkovsky. Sorry, but that's
Wow.
This one is Slafkovsky.
That's a statement.
You know, one thing I really appreciate from him is he plays hard. He's first on the forecheck. He plays a heavy game, but at the same time, he's taking notes, you know, behind. Like, it's tough to be in a battle and have your head up and looking who's coming, who's going to be your support, who can you hit with a pass. Like, I feel like that's a special skills. It's something to be a power forward. It's something to be good at shooting the puck. But taking all this info while competing in a one-on-one battle,
you were talking about that play in the second period when he gave the puck to Suzuki.
Yeah,
that was
but
a good
try to think about another player that plays that way in the league. It's tough, man.
Well, I'm sure there's some we don't see every team, but there's very few that are capable to protect the puck and create some offense from out of nothing. You know, like it looks like the puck is dead on the board, and like you say, takes his information.
I think
pretty
it was like
well.
a Kopitar, but he's a center.
Yeah.
But when he was
there's a few guys,
when he was
obviously.
younger, but smart and strong, and he's got
He's
it all.
very, very alert.
got it all.
Like he knows what's happening in front of him, behind him. So,
But
I'm
that line,
excited.
that first line, like you see, they're on the road, they're showing up. Like every night, they're the go-to line. Like we didn't see as much Demidov tonight. Like
No.
But you know that first line, you could see that like they're always there. They set the pace, and I'm already starting with them too, like tonight. So like they're just out there, and I think it's consistency, and I think it's a challenge for them. I think they relish the challenge to go out there and make a difference, and it's exciting to see when you look at them. Says like this is a pretty good first line. I know who else in the league that can compare like to have an impact on a consistent basis, and they're coming and they can beat you a whole bunch of different ways. You know, when the game is tight and you know, like they can beat you with one play, one turnover, and they're gone. So again, that's another big.
let's invite the chat.
performance by
Like,
them.
where do you rank that top line of the Canadians in the NHL? Like, are they top 3,
They have to.
2?
No, they have to be top 3.
All 3 of them. Yeah, they got to be in the top 3 in the NHL.
Well, you know what?
right?
When they put McDavid and Recital together, that's a tough one.
That's a 1.
Yeah.
Okay, so then who's second? Canadians are right there. Like,
Well, the one in Tampa Bay tonight, like usually Kucherov was off a bit tonight.
He was.
Like,
He was.
execution-wise,
he wasn't
like
there,
he looked grumpy too, and
Yeah.
he's like that sometimes.
He's Russian.
Well,
It happens.
Yeah, but it was tough to play. But it's because it was tough to play against Montreal tonight.
But they did a
Yeah.
good job on him. Like they
Yeah.
bothered him, they hit him, like they didn't give up too much space.
It was a playoff type of game,
Yep.
that's for sure. Like Evans, he hit him hard there in the boards. That's for sure. So
There's a few things before we keep going. Don't forget, guys, the break of the week by Rémi Card Trader. Today, we're going to open up a 2023-2024 Upper Deck Ultimate Collection box. You can write Rémi Card Trader on the chat, and then there's going to be a winner who's going to win the cards that I'm about to show you guys at some point during the show. And a few stats from Dr. Stats just to add up to the discussion. Montreal is now 12-5-4 against Eastern playoff teams this season, which is unbelievable. 6-game regulation win streak, first in Marty St. Louis era. Caufield guaranteed to finish the season with at least a point a game for the first time in his career, another achievement. 4-game streak with 1 goal against or less, first since March 2017. First time without Price since January 4th, 2004. I mean, this is unreal, guys. And that was my next point. Did you guys feel like they were proud to show the Tampa Bay Lightnings that they were good defensively tonight?
I think that they proved that to Tampa Bay that we could beat you. They lost twice this year to them. One was a close game, and in a overtime or shootout was a 5-4. The first one was a little bit of a blowout. But you gotta have that belief that you can beat the team that you might play, and especially on the road. And so they showed them we can do it, and it also shows you this is how we got to play to beat this team.
Yeah, you're right.
And when you do that, you know, that's good for the team, and that's good for the confidence, of course, and that's something that you're going to need when you get to the playoffs.
not to go back to memory lane.
Detroit.
the core,
Wait, let me guess.
How did you know?
Let me guess.
How did you know? But to go back down memory lane, March 26, 97. But that was the thing. It was we beat Colorado, and
He
that
knows
was
the
the
exact
game.
date.
No, yeah, but it was
Yeah.
it was a game like that where it got physical. Obviously, there were more fights, but that's the game that it clicked into us that we actually beat them because we hadn't beaten them all year, and they beat us in the playoffs the year before. So that gives you the psychological advantage to kind of say like, okay, now we can beat.
Yeah, there
you
was always
guys.
that one team that you had to get that
exactly.
hump.
Yes.
Get over that hump. And that Detroit, Colorado, rivalry was amazing in those
Yes.
years. There's no question about that. So, yeah, you need to win against those teams. Yeah.
What I like though tonight, like, and we talked about it like a few shows ago, like it's a decision to play defense the right way. Like it's not a skill thing. It's you decide to defend, you decide to block shot, you decide to communicate in your defensive zone, you decide to take the extra stride, and they took it. And you know what, guys? It basically took 65 games for them to start playing that way, the right way defensively, and not. I don't want to say care because I think this group shows up every night. Doesn't matter how they play, like they care, but.
Well, you could work hard, but they work smarter.
Yeah,
they work smarter
so
today.
You said it well right
Yeah,
there. Like
yeah.
they decided like we need to play like veterans to win at this time of the year.
Yeah, well, they make like they blocked a few shots in the third period too. They still gave up 37 shots. Like Dobes had the big part of it.
Yeah, and we'll talk
that
about him
night.
later.
But I think they're figuring out how important it is when you don't. If you just keep winning with a lot of goals and then like you coming back, you're always kind of chasing the game. Maybe you focus on defense not as high. But when you're starting getting leads in the third period and you have to figure it out, and when you start winning those games, you kind of figure it out as a team. Okay, this we can do good stuff with that if we really like put our minds into it, and then it shows. And like you said about beating a team, like you're building confidence. Okay, now we beat Carolina, we beat Tampa. Like we didn't beat like the New York Rangers that way. We didn't play like we're beating really really good teams. They're supposed to be top contenders. So as a young group, as a team that wants to take the next step, that has to be a huge confidence booster.
I feel
And for Marty too, that he's selling his plan. Like
Sure.
guys are buying it. There's way more chance that the guys are buying it more and more every day.
Yeah, I feel now that they have in their mindset that, hey, if we play good defense, we'll get some good offensive chances. We'll create the turnovers. As for before, it's like we're all skilled. Let's go offense. Let's go play offense all the time. We got to score goals. That's how we'll beat teams. But if you play a really good defensive game, you will create the turnovers to get all these offensive chances. And Caufield is having a heck of a run because he's getting all these shots, but it's good defensive plays that makes you have all these good chances. I feel now, as a team defense type of thing, we can still play some really good offense.
And they were missing Carrier, who was out.
Yep.
You're right.
Jack guy, he had a pretty good game. I mean, he had some moments here and there, but overall, for him to get back in, play some minutes, feel like he's part of the team again. It's not easy when you sit out for a long time,
Right.
and then you get in. He was at forward, didn't play a lot of shifts. Now he played defense. He started out. Did he play most of it on the right side as well, which is not easy?
Yeah, you switched over.
Poor guy.
Yeah,
Plays forward, play on the offside.
No, you know what I went through my whole career. No, it was you're right. Like he played all right.
Yeah.
A few times he gets stuck with the puck a bit too long,
Yeah.
and then he'll create. There's a couple turnovers, but.
Yeah.
Obviously, I mean, it's tough on the guy. You're asking a lot from him, but having his presence on the ice against the team, I think that fights the most in the NHL. They have the most fights.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah.
Tampa
Well,
Bay.
they start shit
All the time.
And
time.
Anderson,
yeah.
Anderson back in the lineup
and
too.
Anderson back
So,
in the lineup. So yeah,
those two guys
it
helped.
was key.
Yeah,
so
it was good.
he did all right. And you talk about Martin earlier, like he's managing the bench because the second line we didn't see much of them, and they say, oh, they're not having their best night. I'll use the other guys, and Villeno, like that was his opportunity. Okay, you're gonna get some more ice time. So we use the guys that are going, but everybody gets a shot at first, and then he's able to judge who has it tonight and who doesn't.
Poor Villeno, as a 2-on-1, his stick breaks, and then in the third period, like his stick gets stuck in his jersey, like he's like 10 years old. Like, like when he had a good game, it seems like he's creating some chances, and it's like the luck doesn't go his way.
I like Villeno, guys. I feel like as a depth player that doesn't say much when he's a healthy scratch, I feel like you need, like Dandy, you won 3 Stanley Cups. We laugh about it and we joke that you talk about Detroit, but
It's not funny, but yeah.
No, but
We think it's funny.
No, but my point is, you probably had guys that were in the stands or not playing often, but they weren't bad teammates.
No, absolutely not. I mean, I remember like one year in 2002, Yuri Slager didn't play one playoff game, and then Yuri Fisher had a cross check, got suspended for the final game. And Slager, that were the Black Aces and skated every day. He came in, he played 20 minutes, he played great, right? Like
He was always in good shape, though. I remember him from Vancouver, but you're right.
Yeah.
But you have to be ready to play.
You have to be ready. And he jumped in and he played with Chelios right away. Like he played a lot of minutes for one game. That was impressive. So all these guys that sacrifice and they skate and they skate and they skate, and you're thinking, I'm never going to get into a game. Well, that was it for the finals. So it's important. And the guys that are actually playing, they feel for these guys, and they try to motivate them too. Like you have to be part of the team.
Yeah.
You can't be a part, and they're just as important, and their names are on the cup.
Well, that's a good point, because I heard Jack Guy in a pregame interview today, and he was talking about, like, they were asking him about how challenging it was for him to go in the lineup after not playing a lot, and we all been through it. It's tough, like you try to get your conditioning as much as you can, but like practice is not like game. There's nothing that compares to a game. It's not a cliche. You can't compare it. Like it's rhythm, it's flow, it's you're nervous too, like you're in front of 20,000 people, so you want to do well. You don't want to look like an idiot out there. So he was talking how the group was tight and they keep everybody together and involved, and you can see that because whenever somebody comes in, like right away, like not saying they have an impact to change the game, but they do well. Like Veleno hasn't played a whole lot since the Olympic, and he skates well up there. Like he's involved, like he's got some jump. And sometime you look at other teams and you have guys coming in and like they're missing in action. You don't see them at all. I think the Montreal has done a good job as the coaching staff to bring back these guys, and so they come in, they can help the team.
Yeah,
and even if they play 8 or 9 minutes, but they're playing 8 and
Joe
9
played
good
13 minutes tonight,
Yeah.
so he got more, right?
Really good on the PK, as we said earlier. But
Yeah.
I think people don't realize we all had teammates that were good teammates we're talking about right now, but people don't realize how hard it is to be a healthy scratch. We see the people on TV and we're like, what a good teammate, they're smiling, but the reality is that they're at the ring before everyone because they have to skate before. Sometimes you're not allowed to be around the dressing room. Remember Dandy in Montreal?
Yeah.
Sometimes if you don't play, you're not supposed to see the players playing and
To interact, yeah.
You're not supposed to be around the dressing room. It's a weird feeling, like you feel like rejected, like, and your confidence, then it's like you don't really feel good about yourself. And there's so many things, extra work, extra skating. Then you stay alone with the goalie coach and the third goalie. Like you don't feel like you belong there,
And,
And
they
then
don't give you the answer either,
Exactly.
like that you want. Like, what's the reason? Well, it's a numbers game and this and that. And then you're like I need to play. I want to play.
And often the type of guys that are looking for contracts, so next thing you know, you're on the road, you practice early, you don't see the guys, you don't hang out with them, you go back in your hotel room, you're worried, am I going to be in the league next year? Then you get the call, you got to play well. It's not
tough.
easy. So that's why you need great guys, and if you have great guys like Veleno, keep them
Then your
around.
wife calls you. Can I go get this? No. We gotta wait.
We don't have the budget
I
for
need
next
another
year.
contract. Hold on, baby.
It's not marital psychology.
But you told me you were going to score 50 at one point.
You liar.
Well, my wife actually said, "How come you can't score 50?" I said, "I'm trying." I'm sorry.
I know you should have
You
went
got
with
the wrong
Johnny
guy.
and
You got the
Junior.
wrong guy. It's not my fault.
we don't have choice to speak a little bit, talk a little bit about Dobes. Obviously, again,
He's
the
good.
stud.
Well, he looks like one.
What a player.
And it
Solid.
was, it was good tonight, I thought, because it was an interesting matchup going against Vasilevsky. To me, he's probably the leader to win the Vizina this year. So if he's not the best goalie in the league right now, he's at least top 3. And didn't look intimidated at all. Obviously, Dobes is on a hot run. Like he's a streaky guy, and he's on a really, really good streak. He was named first star of the week this year. And I wrote his stats somewhere.
This week.
He's got about like 96% save percentage. It's really good. Average under 2 in the last 3 games.
133, I think it was.
Something crazy. So he's been really, really solid. And I like this first period. Like you need your goalie to make the good saves early to kind of not get the crowd into it too much. Tampa Bay had some good chances on their power play in the first period. He was really solid. Second period, not as busy, but at the end of the period, I was talking about last game, how he challenges the shooter more and more, and then he does it at the right time. And today what I like is like he played the scoreboard. He knew Eagle on the breakaway at about 1.5 seconds, 2 seconds max, and he challenged him up to the hash mark to cut every single angle, and he's using his body. And again in the third period, some really important save. He's been good when he's as a lead, like to protect lead. He comes usually with his biggest saves, like when he wins either 2-1 or he's protecting a lead. And they try to put pucks in his feet too. Reacted really well, like he covered his net really well, managed his game really well. It's a good challenge. You have some good shooters like the Kucherov, Point, Eagle. Like it's one of the best offensive team in the league.
Dandenault scored. He was the only goal scorer.
Yeah. So so no, really solid. Like he looks legit.
Somebody on the chat wrote Dobinator.
The Dobinator.
Ooh,
You know what?
Well,
You know what? We need a nickname. We're making T-shirts.
What? Tonight you look like the Dobinator.
I like that. Dominator.
The Dominator.
That's good. That's good.
Chat, we need a
Way to go to
nickname.
chat.
We need a nickname for Dobes.
Yeah.
Because I don't know if you noticed, we really want to make T-shirts.
Another thing. We're singing. We're making T-shirts.
We'll do anything for
We're
a buck.
speaking Italian.
You can do everything in this
What's
show.
going on?
Let's hear you guys about the second line. I know they were like it's a quiet game for them, but I feel like it's such a tight game that I'm happy that we didn't see anything really negative, because it was a tough matchup for them. And Kapanen, Demidov, Newhook, I felt like they had a okay game. Like they were fine.
They didn't stand out. No,
Yeah.
you're right. But I think what's good about it is experience. To play against, the second best offensive team in the league, third defensive team. Like this is a solid team. And, we didn't see him as much, but that's been the second line. You see him every 3 games type of thing. And then they'll explode, and be sensational for a bit. And then you don't see him for a little bit. But at the same time, it's like the team finds a way to win.
Yeah.
And I don't think they try to push too much offensively and try to create their own offense all by themselves. Like if it's not happening, but at least we're coming back defensively, helping out the defense. And I think that's what Marty St. Louis is stressing, like team defense first. So you'll get your shots eventually, but I mean, they're so young. They're so young, but getting all that knowledge and experience, I think is really good for them too.
Yeah, Kapanen had a good chance in the third. Like Vasilevsky did had a really good save on him, like midway through the third. How do you guys find Demidov on the power play? Like, is it me, or I find sometimes he's a bit he looks rushed to take the shot in the one timer, like, or it's just like. Am I wrong on that? Or
I thought sometimes he crept.
Looks a little horny.
He was a bit further. And the angle wasn't as good. Like
He's not inside the dot.
Yeah, Slav can pull off that shot, but he doesn't. Yeah, so he's a bit further out, and he doesn't. Maybe he should change the flex too. You know what? I remember Brett Hall for the one timer. He was teaching me in practice, but obviously it didn't work for me. But he says I don't aim at the net. I aim at the corner. I missed the net on purpose, but with the angle and the flex, and it goes to the net.
Wow.
That was the thing,
65 flex, if I recall.
Yeah, 62.
62?
62.
It was
Unbelievable.
62?
And he was a big guy too.
Yeah.
Well, he was thick.
He was thick, like
He
big
wasn't-
forearms,
Yeah.
big
Arms
hands.
like his dad.
Yeah,
Like
exactly.
his dad, yeah.
But you know what? Like you're right. Like he's shooting from outside a little bit, and he might be rushed to shoot. But I feel like a guy like Demidov, there's not many players you can call artists in the NHL. Like I think Kovalev was one in Montreal.
True.
Kucherov is one. I feel like it's just let them do whatever they want.
Yeah.
I feel as soon as these guys have a little bit of a restriction, they don't play the same way. Like if you miss the net, you miss the net. If you want to shoot from the corner, go ahead and try it, because they think the game a different way, right? They see something we don't see.
It's
Like-
more of a pattern that I'm seeing
I know,
than just saying
but
it's wrong. It's
I
kind
feel
of a
like
pattern.
Demidov is the type of guy that will take 2 bad shots on purpose just to open up a passing lane at one point. I feel like they're that smart. They're that advanced. Am I wrong?
Do you play your game
is that what you
within
said?
the game?
That's the game within the game.
Exactly. Yeah.
Is that what you're telling yourself when you're missing the net twice? Oh, I have a plan.
No.
Coach, that was a plan the whole time. I bet to miss the net. Yeah.
They never gave me my chance to execute the plan.
You know what? Like I've been told on 2-on-1 to shoot far pad I wasn't allowed to shoot top shelf or try something, shoot far pad for a rebound. This is how bad it was.
There was a coach. There's a coach in the NHL. I won't name, but there was a coach.
Name it.
It was in LA. It was in LA, and they said like, if you pass the puck, that means you're selfish because you're putting the pressure on the other guy. On a 2-on-1.
God. What a loser!
True story.
Loser
story.
town
Yeah,
here.
yeah,
But you know what? Like shooting off the pads, I remember Hitch was doing that like the first practices all the time.
Shoot
and
for a
like
pad.
like you would get the guys to shoot from far away, top of the circle, and I would just like send every puck in the stand. Then he would stop the drill and yell at me. He's like, "Fuck, like, stop doing it!" It's like, dude, I know where they're shooting. Like, what?
You're supposed to
Doesn't
give a
make sense.
juicy rebound?
Yeah, exactly. That was a different way to see it.
That's a smart princess right there.
Well,
Peach.
just like wait,
Peach.
hey, Peach is Peach is has got a lot in there, buddy.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, with all my friends,
Got a lot going on up there.
a lot of people.
A lot of conversations.
Yes,
I like the peach.
yeah.
I like Peach better than Princess.
It's really
there.
manly.
Yeah,
the
that's go
Peach.
On D tonight as well was solid, right, guys? We played well defensively, but I felt like Madison, Dobson, there's no point in the game where we watched Madison do like one of those mistakes. Like I felt like it was under control. Dobson as well. I felt like at one point we're going to have to acknowledge the fact that Struble is playing well with Hudson. Like he's
At
not
one
our
point, we have to acknowledge the way he says
he's
that.
not our favorite, but it's working right now.
Acknowledge me, Roman Reigns. Okay, but well, look at the ice time. Hudson played 26.
Tonight,
Like he
yeah.
played a lot, right?
Yep.
And his partner played 13 minutes less, which is Struble.
Yep.
So they're managing him, and Jack-Eye played a bit more. So they were like, okay, we'll give more even ice time a little bit. But Goulet, he had I think he had a penalty. He's at
was that?
18. Goulet!
Goulet.
Thank you. And but Madison and Dobson, and I feel like even that goal that Genzel got, like there was a hook on the play. Like his whole arm was hooked. Like I think that should have been a penalty anyway. So the defense scored. They played pretty solid. So it was impressive. I saw the puck bounce a few times, but it bounced on Demidov too. Like I'm not sure about the ice in Tampa. You'll make sure you let us know when you go there.
Well, it's
But-
28 degrees.
Yeah,
so
it's still hot,
bit,
yeah.
it's a
But
little
Still, 2026, you should have some good ice. But defensive core, I got to give them a good praises. They play pretty decent.
One thing though, like we talk about Dobson pinching on that play right before the Genzel's goal, and he got beat 1-on-1. That happens, obviously, that's part of the game. But isn't it something we're seeing a lot lately? Because last show we were talking about Hudson pinching a lot. And then we were talking at one point like a Jack-Eye pinching. Like, is it part of the system? And is it like sometimes I feel like it's the responsibility of the third man high as a forward? And I know the D has to read it, but if it's part of the system, maybe they need to back up a little quicker.
Yeah, well, to me, it was always Dandy. If you're going to pinch, 100% certain you're going to get it. That was it. Like, don't give me a 50 or 60, 70.
Well, if you don't get the puck, you got to take the
100%,
man.
yeah.
That was always the.
But even though, they'll come right through the center, and now most teams, the defense jump up in the play to be the fourth guy type of thing. So you need to make sure your center covers back or somebody covers back. So I think you're right, Max. I think at sometimes the decision making is off par, but I think he was at one time again. He got puck focus and he got danced a bit. Like he didn't realize, and the puck went. The puck got through him, and it was almost like a breakaway.
That
Anyways,
was,
yeah.
I thought that was point.
Yeah, I think it was
but he
point
came in
two.
with a
So he
lot
got
of
puck
speed,
focus, stop, and my guy's coming back. So those are little mistakes by him, and but it's all video stuff, and he's a smart kid. He's a smart player, and they'll help him out with that. But other than that, you just got to be careful on your pinches. 100%.
Yeah, and the other teams know that they have a tendency to pinch. Like it's in their
aggressive,
game
yeah.
plan. Like they know they're gonna pinch, so they're gonna on the breakouts. Like good teams by good coaching, they'll adjust. Like they'll put themselves in position to attack. Like if the guy is not, if they're pinching too much, they'll put a lot of pressure on that on that blue line. So
there's
but again,
someone asking on the chat who are the speakers here. You're right, guys. We should have our name tags because it's tough sometimes. Like we played a long time ago, we all gained 50 pounds. So maybe
Speak for yourself.
Sergio Momesso, former player from the Montreal Canadiens, Vancouver Canucks, obviously Mathieu Dandenault, 3-time Stanley Cup champion for the Detroit Red Wings.
Oh, you played for Detroit?
Played with me in
way.
Montreal. Pascal Leclaire,
Yes.
Columbus Blue Jackets, Ottawa Senators, goaltender,
What's
and
up?
Max Lapierre, former Montreal Canadian, Vancouver Canucks, Pittsburgh Penguin, Anaheim Ducks, St. Louis Blues,
Albany.
Modo in Sweden, Lugano HC, Berlin hockey player.
Everybody wanted you, Max.
They love me.
Yeah.
Junior AAA.
And now the Brassard Beer League.
What's our name? What's our team name in Brassard?
I don't. Yeah, you're right. I don't even know.
The white.
We should be the Peaches. You want a sponsor?
No, you should
Come on,
like
be our sponsor.
former players
Come
should
on.
have white jerseys and black jerseys, or just like it's just you don't need a team.
Yeah, let's be the Peaches.
No, then you can't wear your jersey in some other league. Like you want like 400 jerseys if you're gonna go play somewhere else.
I just want you.
I have a problem with my beer league. We have like we look like European thing. Like I can't wear it. Let's say I go and play with you guys.
They have sponsors on their jersey in the beer league, and they have to wear them. It's a beer league.
Yeah.
It's, no,
That's
I
impressive.
don't agree with that.
Just
Just
money
plain
just
colours.
follows
That
you.
sounds
Money
serious.
just follows
This
you.
sounds like
no.
a serious
Yeah.
league. Plus, you
Yeah.
have referees.
It's way too serious for the caliber.
No refs. No, enough of the refs. Not enough of those guys.
After the game tonight, are we still on the same page with the third line we love with Evans, Anderson, Balduc? Is this
Sure.
line built for playoffs? Like I feel like I'm confident with these guys playing on the same
Like
line.
Anderson should have had a goal, right? What a save, Vasilevsky,
Unbelievable
point
save.
blank,
Yeah.
like a couple inches more.
Yeah.
That would have been a huge goal
Yeah.
for the Canadians. But I like that line. I like that line because you know what? They show grit and they're gonna forecheck and they're gonna create energy. I do like that line for the playoffs.
Yeah, they got better as the game got along. I thought like they were quiet in the first period, but again, lots of
Lot of penalties, very
so
tough
it
to
kind of
get
kills
going,
the
yeah.
momentum. But like in the second and third, like they started to be more effective on the forecheck. You mentioned about that scoring chances. Like Bolduc did a nice pass on that. That was a really nice play. That's a save from an all-star goalie right there. So and I like that they got involved in the scrums too. They didn't shy away from anything. So no, it's I think they're gonna even be better. Like when there's gonna be more rhythm and stuff. I think they and Evans is quick, so they can handle the battle. So
I see them as a line you can start like first shift in a game in the playoffs. You know, you ask Evans to win the faceoff and then put it deep, and Anderson and Bolduc, they're going for a big hit. I feel like that's not a fun feeling for a defenseman. First faceoff of the game.
Absolutely. I mean, we started this line in somewhere I played before, but it was the third line. We started in a lot of games. We started that line just to forecheck the crap out of the other team, for sure. So yeah, you want that energy, you want them involved, and you want the other teams to know like it's going to be a long night. Like we're going to be in your face the whole night, and I think that line can create that for the Canadians in the playoffs.
And we've talked about the playoffs as the games go on. The physical guys, you're always targeting the best defensemen as much as you can to slow them down as the series goes along. So that's part of their job too. As the series goes on, wear them down. And we saw that against Washington when they played us last year. And you know, so they were a big physical team, but you need those guys, of course, on defense and at forward to help the other guys.
yeah, and the Bolduc's got so much better without the puck in the last few months compared to like, the start of the season. He's still a young guy, and he was brought in to score goals, and he still has this great shot. Hasn't gone his way like I'm sure he wanted this year offensively, but I thought like he really matured defensively. It's not perfect yet, but really like he made huge strides, and that's why you can put him now on the third line against like top lines, because he's even more mature. Like he won't get you in trouble. Like mistakes will happen. Everybody makes mistakes.
12 to 15 a game, both teams.
Yep. So, but that I think that kind of gives me confidence in that line. Also, the way that Bolduc has evolved as a complete player, like better without the puck.
No, you're right. Don't you guys feel like last year, like we got cut a little bit with the whole like Washington is so physical and we aren't? Like I feel like sometimes it's the Canadians that were trying to play a game that they wasn't representing who they are as a team. I felt like they went out of their ways to try to be tough instead of just saying, you know what, we're going to outskate these guys and we're going to be so fast and backtracking and forechecking. And I felt like they wanted to go toe-to-toe with them instead of making the big boy run after you, you know?
Yeah, well, don't look at me. I never played forward.
No, I was looking at the big boy.
To me, it didn't make any difference.
But no, I would agree to that. I think the Canadiens now they have their identity, and they're a premier team in the league. They might even finish first in the whole conference, like the way they're going. So they're a team to be taken seriously, but they have their identity now. It's just like good team defense, and they have the scoring firepower to score some big time goals. And Caufield, I mean, he leads the league in most tying and go ahead goals in the NHL. So
27.
Yeah, so that's really impressive. So I think they can stick to their game plan. Last year it was just like they were trying to play tough, and then the Wilson train hit Carrier, and that changed the series around, and then it was over in 5 for sure.
But they've learned from that too.
Yeah.
That's why it was so important for that young group last year to live the playoffs, to kind of learn from it. And now, this year will be a second year. They'll be way better prepared. Like not just as far as game plan, but just how to experience it, how they know how a series goes, the ups and downs, what to expect, the intensity of it. Everything was new. Remember, even Demidov had 2 games before going to the playoff. Never played in the NHL. The pressure, the Bell Center. It's a lot of stuff to handle, like the life in the city. Everybody tells you how good you are, you're excited,
and there's 100 media people. It's just everything is.
So I think they're gonna be way more prepared this year, and when it starts right away, they won't be like, oh my God, what's going on? They're gonna be right off the bat, and they'll adjust and learn what worked for them and what didn't work for them that much. Same thing for Marty St. Louis. He knows his team better. So they should be way more better prepared.
I feel like the biggest change when you play in the playoffs, right, Sergio, as a young guy, is you don't realize how much homework the other team does on you. The first year when we sat down in that room and you go through every single player and you talk about their weaknesses and how you should play against them, leave him alone, don't wake him up or be all over him, talk to him. I feel like it's so detailed, an example in Vancouver, we played against San Jose, and you remember Douglas Murray, the defenseman?
Yeah, the big guy.
Well, the plan was not to hit him. You're not allowed to waste energy hitting him. He's so big and strong. Just wait and make him turn. I think it was on his right side, so the breakout goes on his right side. It was all planned. Don't waste energy on him or go this way on Chara in front of the net. This is what makes the NHL different in the playoffs, right?
Yeah, and when you play a team every night or every second night, you make adjustments as you go along, whether it's the power play or the penalty kill. Right, you know the players, Max. You know who you can get under the skin of, and the other guy's trying to do the same thing to you. And it's not just a physical battle; it's a very mental battle. And it is interesting. It really is. And I remember just even the goalie coaches, a guy from Detroit, Glenn Hanlon.
Hey, you're not allowed.
No.
Smo, start the siren, please.
I can't say this.
Detroit, Rock City.
Here we go. Don't say Detroit. This word belonged to Mathieu Dandenault.
Do I have it? I think
I never knew this was a thing. But
Hey,
anyway.
I think I have it copyright. You owe me 75 cents. Okay?
No, we should fine you every time you mention Detroit. That's what we should do.
I lost my
We're going to start the Detroit jar here.
Yeah, Detroit jar.
3 Stanley Cups. Okay.
Hey, good.
I love that towel.
Second here.
It's a great towel. Great. But to explain people,
I have a toonie. Here you go.
Thank you. I don't have change. Okay. But to explain to the people, no, it's so true. Like Max was talking about, we have the pro scouts come in before the first round and after every round to come in and detail about all the players that you'll be playing against. What are they good at and how to maybe beat them and stuff. And Murray would be one of those. Don't hit him. Put him on his backhand so he doesn't have a good straight pass or whatever it was. And it's the same thing. This guy, he's more of a board and glass type of player. So make sure you cut him off early and all this stuff. And then we get to the goalies and where the weakness is and where to shoot at. And it's very, very interesting. And there's a lot of work that goes into it before you see the actual puck drop. Like we get all these details about what they do and the tendencies about the other team.
See, in Ottawa, we didn't get that.
We didn't win. What about in Columbus?
Well, we didn't make the playoffs. The year they made the playoffs, they traded me, so I have no idea. You know what? I like the Detroit story.
And you know what?
That's $2. You can't say
$2 you can love.
Ready. Hey, that's yours.
$2.
Okay.
But the people have been asking for it on the chat. It's time for Dandy and Sergio Little Stories presented by Momesso tonight. Dandy, you want to talk to us about a little story that happened, and it involves the Cadillac of Mr. Shanahan.
Yeah. Back in that city, I won't mention where. Guys like
You all know where.
Chris Chelios, he had this old Cadillac, and it was nice. It was sick. And guys were starting to get into muscle cars and from the years. And then Shanny, all of a sudden, he shows up with an older Cadillac, but it didn't look good. Like it looked like more grandfather-ish. Like Chelly was sick and the big fins and we were kind of making fun of him in a way, like the old caddy, you look like an old man type of thing. So next thing you know, like he drives it to practice, and then the next day he's changing in the dressing room, and he's like, like my car, like it wasn't working, so I had to pull on the side of the road, and then I had to get a tow truck. But like every single cars were coming by and just honking, rah, rah, rah. Like, okay, it's a broken down car, honk all the time. And I was like, I was getting pissed off type of thing. So we moved the car along, and so now he's telling me that story. And then I'm going to the trainer's room, and Steve Yzerman is there. He says, "Oh, you should have seen it yesterday. I saw Shanny with his broken down piece of shit Cadillac, and I called the local radio station. I told everybody, hey, Shanny had this caught on the side of the road. Make sure you honk at him when you go by."
That's unbelievable.
That's good.
That's our team captain. Yeah.
That's unreal. Dude.
You see how much fun we had?
Oh,
You know, that was the best times.
I feel like it's not like that anymore.
no. But
You would probably be on
maybe.
social media now.
yeah. Well,
Now they're on the side of the highway with a Ferrari. But
It never breaks down.
it
Yeah.
doesn't break down.
No,
If not, get another one.
Guys, it's time for our break of the week presented by Remy Card Trader. I'm going to go open up a little box filled with cards, and somebody will win on the chat. And tonight's winner, congratulations to Alex Kaplan 1109. If you can contact us at info@lapochebleu.com. It's on the chat right now. You will win the cards I'm about to open. And I repeat, tonight we are opening a 2023-24 Upper Deck Ultimate Collection box. Right here. Can't wait to open it. And guys, don't forget, if you enjoy hockey cards or collectibles, visit remycardtrader.ca or follow Remy Card Trader online to watch live box opening, which we're about to do right now. So, good luck to the winner. Here we go. We had last game. We had a pretty good hit. 1 out of 5. Don't remember the player, but all right. Here we go, guys. And here we go. What do we got? First card of the night. We're going to go for, old school. Keith Tkachuk, St. Louis Blues. Tough to say who is the best player in the family now with a 2-time Stanley Cup champion in Florida. Here we go again. Seems like a good one. Signed card. We got Justin Sourdif, a signed card, Florida Panthers. Next one looks like, that seems like a signed card. What do we got here? Oh, wow, that looks good. Evan Bouchard signed Ultimate Emblems. I don't even know if this is how you pronounce it, but this is a pretty nice card, guys. What is it out of? Doesn't say. Nice card. Next one. Another nice one, I think, right here. Here we go. Philippe Kourachev and Seth Jones with a little piece of jersey inside. I think a couple nice hits tonight. Pretty nice. That was it, guys. Don't forget to follow remycardtrader.ca. And if you like collectibles, cards, you can also watch Remy Card Trader online to watch live unboxing like we just did. It was pretty awesome. See you next week. Guys, we are proud to welcome a new partner in the show at Hockey with an Accent, Bet365. We're proud to work with you guys. Thanks for being part of the adventure. Tired of waiting for the end of the game to get paid, ready to move on to the next puck drop? That's why Bet365, an official partner of the NHL, has 3-goal early payout. If the team you're riding goes up 3 goals at any point in the game, they'll pay your bet out early. Hockey moves fast, and now with 3 goals early payout, there's one less thing you have to wait around for. Bet365, don't forget to download the app and see what early payout is all about. Must be 19 or older. Please play responsibly. This week we're going to talk about the NHL Atlantic Division. Guys, with a big win tonight, what do you guys think? Is Buffalo, Tampa Bay, Montreal? Who's going to finish first? Who's going to have home ice? Boston is still on fire, but I feel like now we're starting to see the playoff picture.
Well, listen, I guess we gotta ride the wave. We gotta ride the wave. We're hoping, and I'm hoping Montreal finishes first. So let's do.
But you see, Sergio, right now Montreal is at 21 times your bet. Tampa Bay is at 1.37, and Buffalo is at 3.50. That's a pretty good bet. Montreal at 20 times the amount of money you will bet. I feel like it's a long shot, but it's not that
It's a long
far
shot because
away.
I know if they tie, right, they don't get in because of the difference of the row.
Yeah.
So yes, they would have to win an extra game or get an extra point there. But they play Tampa one more time.
Yep.
They don't play Buffalo. They play the Rangers and the Devils coming up.
Yeah. They're four
like
points
that.
behind
I like
Buffalo.
that. Yeah.
Uh,
I'm taking the bet.
Yeah,
I'm taking the bet.
Which one? Montreal first?
The 21 odds there.
21
whatever.
times? Oh, he's going for Montreal to
I
finish
wanna
first
go
in
for
the division.
I'm going for the big bet.
oh, yeah. Okay, sure.
I know.
Yeah,
Taking a chance.
You homer, you.
Dandy.
I'll go.
Detroit.
They're out. You know what? Detroit is now 10 points from Montreal, but they're 2 points from a playoff
They're
spot.
2 points for they
With
lost
1 game in hand.
Ottawa lost 2. Like, they're all losing, all these teams, eh? Like Columbus. I can't go Detroit. I think Tampa with a plus 61 with the goals differential, second best offense, third best defense, and when's Hedman coming back too? Like
Nobody
he's been
knows,
gone for a while.
Yes,
like,
we don't know.
He's gonna be a beast when he comes back. I think I'm taking the short change, easy money with Tampa Bay. And I watched. Well, unfortunately, if I bet Tampa Bay and they win, that means you go to Buffalo, Maxim.
Yeah, but you know what? I'm going to look at the calendar right now. So you got Tampa Bay, Dundee to finish first in the
I think
division?
so. Yeah.
Okay, Pascal, I'll give you a little extra tool to work with right now.
Yeah.
So, Buffalo, next few games, Ottawa, in Washington. They play Tampa Bay, New York, in New York, Columbus at home, Chicago in Chicago, and Dallas at home.
I'm gonna go.
That's
with
Buffalo.
I'm gonna go with Buffalo at 350. They're first now, so they're They're in a good position. They have one more game played than Tampa Bay. I think they're. I'm gonna go with them. I think if Dandy goes with the one, what was the bet, like 137?
137.
137. Might as well go with Buffalo.
$1.37.
Yeah, might as well go with Buffalo at 350.
Yeah, I think Buffalo is a good bet. They won 2 in a row right now. They're on top of the division. They got 100 points. They're 4 points in front of Montreal. Montreal's got 1 game in hand. I wish it was Montreal to finish first, but I think Buffalo is a safe bet here with 3.50 times your bet. So, yeah, I got to go with Buffalo for this one. That means nothing in the playoffs, though. As long as Montreal can find a way to have home ice, that would be awesome.
Yep.
And I feel like thank you, Bet365. That was our Bet365 segment for tonight. And guys, we've been talking about it, right? We're going to New York for the next game. And New York is a big city. There's a lot of actors. There's a lot of celebrities. So we had one that wanted to say something special before the end of the show.
Start spreading the news. I'm leaving today. I want to be a part of it. New York, New York. If I can make it there, I'll make it. Anywhere, it's up to you. New York, New York. Thank you, everybody, for joining us tonight, and we'll see you on Thursday.
Hockey with an Accent was presented by Molson.